What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Andy Ruiz and Manny Robles. Yes, it's official. They have decided to part ways, or should I say Andy Ruiz has decided to part ways with head trainer Manny Robles. Okay, of course, we know Manny Robles and Andy Ruiz were a team where Andy Ruiz upset Anthony Joshua to have the upset of recent history at Madison Square Garden, to become the new and the first Mexican-American heavyweight champion, WBO, IBO, IBF, and WBA champion, heavyweight champion, world champion, unified champion, okay? After that, they had the rematch, and the rematch was the complete opposite, okay? It was everything that a lot of people, the Joshua doubters, the Joshua haters, the new profound Andy Ruiz followers, right, didn't expect. And after that, though, okay, let's go back. After the win, after the first win, after the upset, Andy Ruiz partied for 2 months. He started training camp way too late. He entered the rematch out of shape at 283.5 pounds. On the scale, he was unable to put the punches together. He was much slower in the ring. And all that allowed Joshua to easily reclaim the titles with a lopsided decision in rounds 12. Since that loss, Robles barely had any contact with Ruiz. And the veteran coach states that he wasn't surprised when Ruiz's father reached out to him and told him that they're going into another direction. Okay. And this is what Manny Robles had to say. He said, "I've seen it coming. I'll be honest with you." Robles told Steve Kim of ESPN. Okay. "I've seen it coming during camp. I saw it coming. Andy was just doing whatever the hell he wanted to do. The dad, obviously, with him being the manager, he just had no control over his son. None of us had control over him, for that matter. So I just saw it coming. It wasn't going to work because he wasn't listening. He wasn't listening to me. He wasn't listening to his dad. He's not listening to anybody. He said it himself after the press conference in Saudi Arabia. He apologized to me, to his dad, because he effed up. So I figured, okay, it's only a matter of time before I get the call. Fortunately for me, Andy took the blame on himself and didn't sit there like a majority of fighters and blame the coach. Okay. Also, according to Robles, he was told by Ruiz's father that Haymon made the final decision for the trainer change. Ruiz is advised by Haymon in the fights under Haymon's Premier Boxing Champion banner. They apparently told them that they didn't want the same thing to repeat itself again. Robles said, "It is what it is. I don't know what to tell you. It's not the first time it's happened to me. I'm sure it's not the first time it's happened to other coaches. It happened time and time again. We always end up getting the short end of the stick, but it is what it is. You keep moving forward." Those are the words of Manny Robles. Now, let me counterpunch this, guys. I think it's a bit premature on Al Haymon's behalf to advise Ruiz to get rid of Manny Robles. And why do I say that? Is because Manny Robles was not the reason why Ruiz came in the way he came in. You know, his job was to train him. You know, a lot of times where you look at most trainers, like let's say, for example, Teddy Atlas, Customato, guys like that, they want to sit down and have an understanding. They want to talk to these fighters before bringing these fighters on. before agreeing to train these fighters. And they let these fighters know like what type of control that they want to have. Okay. What type of power and the limits on the control that they want to have, or their expectations of what they want them to do. You know? And a lot of times what's happening in this situation, since Ruiz's father is his manager and of course Robles is his trainer, he said point out Andy did whatever he wanted to do. So success totally went to his head. You know, I have to say this though, fair play to Robles, fair play to everyone. Okay, everyone that was pro Ruiz, by making this guy appear like he was losing a massive amount of weight, appear like he was just in this phenomenal shape, you know, appear like everything was on the up and up. Fair play to you guys. Counterpunch to you, simply because they had people fooled. We didn't know what Andy Ruiz was doing. We didn't know. We didn't know he was out partying and stuff like that. We seen him in a couple pictures. We seen him on the gram, right? But we didn't know to what extent that he was having all types of problems, and this freedom that he had was causing him to mess up in training camp, or to be absent in training camp, or to do whatever he wanted to do in training camp. So we didn't know that at all. So the mind games were strong and on point. So that is awesome, because as far as we knew, man, he's lost a massive amount of weight. And I remember doing videos like, okay, I see the pictures that I'm looking at, but then I'm looking at Andy Ruiz in recent sparring sessions, right? Or even the media workout. And I'm like, he doesn't look any smaller than me. You know, you can go back and look at these videos. Do your research. I'm like, he don't look any smaller when he's sparring. He looks like the same fat kid. But then I'm like, okay, he's fat anyway. So if he loses 30 pounds, he's still going to be fat because of the way he's built. That's what I thought. You know, until they put the side by side comparison with Michael Hunter here. Then you had Andy Ruiz beside him, and he looked like he was just slimming down. He looked like he was kind of like, you know, kind of buff. But I mean, you know, he was sitting down and kind of leaning over, so that was minimizing what. But you know, even though you should see something hanging, you know, he still has that muffin top belly, you know, going around the front and you know around the sides or what have you. But you know, it appeared like, okay, he's losing weight. His face looked thinner and stuff like that. But you know, hey, advantage technology. Technology, man. You had this. We knew nothing of this. We surely didn't know that Ruiz just did whatever the hell he wanted to do. You know what I mean? He was pulling a DW in his training camps because, you know, Wilder admitted like, hey, I did whatever I wanted to do. I got away with too much. Okay. Unfortunately for Ruiz, he was fighting the ex-unified champion of the world, which was Anthony Joshua, a guy determined to get his belt back, get his belts back, a guy that went into training right after the upset. So yeah, he was more than ready coming in. And Ruiz just spent months and months, you know. He felt like the rabbit, you know, or should I say the hare, you know. Thought he was, oh man, he's running here and running there. And then Joshua turned into, you know, the tortoise, right? But who passed the finish line first in the second fight? But I think it's premature from Al Haymon. I think he should have gave Robles a better chance or another chance, you know. But maybe Haymon was thinking like this, well, maybe he wants someone that could control Andy Ruiz. Well, the problem is, like I said, unless you're Teddy Atlas, Customato, Freddie Roach, maybe Abel Sanchez, but I'm not really sure on that. But, you know, Abel Sanchez, and he called it. Fair play to him. He said Anthony Joshua will beat Andy Ruiz. He said it. You know what I mean? I think if they're going to go with another coach, they're going to need a coach that's going to push Andy, because Andy has the same problems he has now than he had after he beat Joshua the first time. He has money. So it's not, all of these changes, right? If you want something you never had, you got to do something you never done. But that term, okay, that slogan works both ways. You got to keep doing that. If you don't keep doing that, this is where you're going to end up. You're going to end up getting rid of a lot of people that you shouldn't get rid of. He partied way too much. No, he should have those were distractions. He should have got rid of them. Not his trainer, not the guy that was trying to motivate him to get him where he got him. Okay? Why do you think he's there? His trainer. He let that team go. He let that head trainer go because Al Haymon told him to. But maybe Al Haymon should have, if this is the case, Al Haymon should advise him to go with this particular trainer that has more control over that fighter to stop Andy Ruiz, or should I say restrict Andy Ruiz from all these distractions. Because he's going to need that. If not, he's with the same problems. This is going to happen again. Unless it's like a guy with a style that's perfect for him. Yeah, he's going to take him out then, because the guy's feeding into the strategy that, of the style rather that he has, because he's a counterpuncher, and he puts punches together very well. But if you're a guy that boxes and moves and he's not in the condition, the same thing's going to happen again. It's up to Andy in what he really wants, and he knows it's not his fault. That's why he apologized to his father and his trainer for doing a half-assed job of getting prepared for that fight. So he cannot blame Manny Robles for that. But the good thing, Manny Robles is not pissed off, but he told people, the real deal after the fact. Well, especially right now, he doesn't have to save face for Andy Ruiz no more. He's just telling it, hey, he did what the hell he wanted to do. I couldn't stop him. His dad couldn't stop him. So he was like a loose cannon, and he was a loose cannon with money. Sure, he was smelling himself. He was a newfound celebrity. He had a parade and all that good stuff. But you could not get him back into the ring to prepare him to do something that he once done. So, it is what it is. I think Al Haymon, if he feels he should get rid of Robles, which he did, he should advise him a particular trainer. Since you're telling him to fire somebody, then hire somebody for Andy Ruiz, so the same things won't continue. But the trainer is not the problem. That's my counterpunch on that, guys. You guys tell me what you think. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.